Welcome back to Ozarks Fox AM. Today on Positively Kelly, I want to talk about something that I think is going on a lot in our culture right now. Now, maybe this is going to help make things better. It's just a thought, all right? Have you heard someone say, change your thought and you can change your world? If we could just change our mind. And it sounds so simple, doesn't it? But it isn't. It is something we actively have to work on every single day. Now, what I've noticed, that people are becoming more and more easily offended in today's culture. And I'm sure that I've said things not knowing that have offended someone. And I can tell you from the bottom of my heart, I would not intentionally offend anyone. Now, the rules have changed, and that is why we use the phrase politically correct. But to me, that doesn't mean that it has to be about something political. Now, if we look for something to be offended by, we can usually find that, and that is why I want to share this with you. I want to tell you about an old Indian legend with a whole lot of wisdom. Do you know the story of the two wolves? Once a wise old Cherokee Indian was teaching his grandson about life and said, "There's a fight going on inside of me. It's a terrible fight. It's between two wolves. One is evil. He is anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, and guilt. The other is good. He's joy, peace, love, hope, humility, kindness, truth, faith, and compassion." He told his grandson, the same fight goes on inside of you and every other person too. The little boy looked at him and he said, "Grandfather, which wolf will win?" The wise old Indian grandfather said, "The one that you feed." Isn't that so true? What we focus on becomes bigger and more present in our lives. And I guess that's why the good book tells us to focus and think on things that are noble and right, whatever is pure and excellent, lovely. These are the things that we are to focus on. There's so much wisdom in that verse. Now, everybody is different, and that's why it shouldn't be so important to convince the world to think like we do. We should overlook the differences and embrace the things that we can agree on. The more we talk about the negative, the more power it has to affect us, and it becomes more a part of us, eroding our happiness and making ourselves and others miserable. But because of irritations, if we handle it right, we can actually become better, more tolerant people. It's all in the way it's looked at or handled. For example, a pearl is one of the most precious and beautiful commodities we can buy. But it starts out as an irritation to the oyster. When grains of sand and other substances get into the oyster shell, it disturbs the delicate flesh of the oyster, and in order to protect itself, it will begin to cover the uninvited visitor with layers of something called nacre. Now, layer upon layer of nacre are also known as mother of pearl, and it coats the grain until the pearl is formed. Now, talk about taking something irritating and turning it into something beautiful. It truly is our choice how we live our lives, how we handle irritations or conflict, but like I mentioned before, if you look to be offended and you look for the negative, you are always going to find that. We're all human, and I think it's very important to treat people with respect. I feel like we've lost that respect in our country. Whether it's on social media or in the media or in person, we need to step back and maybe just follow the golden rule, right? That's a good one. It would truly change everything and everybody. Jeremy? Oh, you took your shoes off.
I had to, sorry.
Yeah, because they weren't, yeah. So,
yes.
What do you have?
Well, I agree with you.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I can't not agree with that because it's truth.
Yeah,
it's,
but don't you
like
think
you said,
that, I mean, seriously, the world has gotten in such a place right now that I'm actually surprised at the level that things are getting to, the disregard for humanity, honestly.
And I think, too, like you said it very well, is that if you look for something to be offended about, you're going to be offended instead of coming... I just feel like we're coming from a place of we have to disagree because of the politics in our country is so divisive right now. So if this person is an R and says something, and this person is a D and they say something, you immediately have to not like them or disagree with them.
You know, I've heard of this happening. People actually, it's like, if you don't agree with me, then I'm just going to cut you out of my life. I'm going to delete you on Facebook. I don't want anything to do with you. I am just blown away by where we've gotten to, honestly.
You know, I was talking to Sean Paul and Julian after the show yesterday, and one thing I think, too, a word that's thrown around too much is the word hate. Because if I disagree with you, doesn't mean I hate you. It just means we have a disagreement that we can talk through. But in this society, if you disagree with somebody, they throw the word hate at you like, well, you're full of hate. I'm like, no, not at all.
Yeah,
it just means we are seeing things different ways. Let's talk about that.
Right, and you know what? Here's the thing. You may not even ever come to agreement, and you might say, if you're my friend, we're going to choose to disagree about this, and guess what? Let's take that subject and let's just set it on the shelf. We don't even have to talk about that. Let's go get something to eat and a cup of coffee.
I have a lot of friends I disagree with on a lot of different issues, whether it be religion or whatnot, but guess what? I still love them as a person because you're an awesome person. But it doesn't mean we have to agree, and nobody will ever agree with you 100% of the time.
You know, and I've seen married couples that are completely opposite sides of the fence, either politically or religiously, and they find common ground. They find ways to make it work. And you have to work harder at that, but that's okay.
And I do think sometimes, you know, we see things on TV, and it's like, well, if this person says this, we have to not like them. And if this person says this, we have to... And I'm like, no, let's just hear what they have to say, and let's find middle ground. It just... To me, you're so right. There doesn't have to be this divisiveness within ourselves. It's breaking up families.
It is.
I've heard that people will argue and not even have Thanksgiving or Christmas together because of this.
We used to hear the saying, don't talk about politics or religion. There's a lot of truth in that, honestly.
It's so true.
And those were the two things in my family that we like to talk about.
It gets very heated.
It gets very heated. So guess what? We're back to that. And just love people. And you will find some common ground if you do that.
I agree.
All right, we're going to switch around to some sports. We're going to talk about that next. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back because we are all about that. Why can't we be